hello to my patrons. Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate you following me, taking this journey with me. I wanted to update you. What's going on in the business? What am I up to? What am I doing with my time, with my efforts, with my equipment? What equipment do I have? And what changes have there been? Okay. First off, I've been using the camera. I love being creative. It's just part of who I am. All right, take a look at the screen here. It's kind of hard to see, but you'll notice a nice, pretty picture on there. In fact, let me show you those real quick. I'll just do a little voiceover here. So while you're watching these pictures, you'll notice that they're pictures of smoke, but they're not just all plain Jane. Some of them I did in a single light, and some of them I did in multiple colors. And I lit the smoke in a unique way and photographed it in a unique way. And let me kind of go back here. I was watching somebody on YouTube photograph smoke, and I thought, my God, he's making this difficult. He was setting up this strobe, this flash, to work in a special way with his camera under special settings to get the perfect picture of smoke. And I was like, oh wow, dude, you're like way overworking it. And so here I go and produce these pictures that you've seen here, these beautiful, bright, bold pictures. Smoke was what I was shooting yesterday, and I'm going to do a few more shots today, and I want to do that on camera so you can kind of watch how I did it and see and pick up something for yourself if you want to use it. That'll be cool. But I wanted to at least kind of show you what's going on there. Now, those smoke pictures, I'm going to be using those on, well, actually, I'm going to be using them for s.a.trotter arts. There'll be some pictures that'll be for sale, Matte prints, gloss, or luster prints, and also on canvas. Also, I'm thinking of turning that into a t-shirt. Now, if you're wondering, turning it into a t-shirt, hang on, let me show you something. Hopefully, this should come out really good. Let me turn my camera a little bit here so you can see this. This is one of my first shirts, all right? The first of my apparel line, right here, guys. Check that out. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, let me turn around to the back side. Yeah, it actually is as bold and intense as it looks. It's incredible. The colors are shocking. The lines are crisp. You can see detail. I mean, when I say detail, right here, there's a picture of a tower in Dallas, and you can make out the cross members and stuff in the tower. All right, this is like a radio tower. It's incredible, the detail that's in this t-shirt. All right, and that's because I used a really large, high-resolution image, 300 DPI, and got superb results. Now I have a whole line of this stuff that's about to get started up. Some of it's already on the website on s.a.trotter.com. If you would take a look at that, you can purchase any of the stuff that you see there. All right, so my site is actually up. It's running. I've got product for sale, so go ahead and take a look at what's there, and know that that is just the very tip of a very large iceberg. There's going to be other kinds of product coming in addition to my prints. Didn't want to just turn out only prints. I wanted to turn out a more well-rounded line of goods. I wanted s.a.trotter arts in the end to be a site where people can go and buy maybe frames or framed art, or just bare prints without a frame, or shirts or cell phone covers or caps, hoodies, all kinds of stuff, aprons, okay? Texas Cooking Today, my my YouTube cooking show, Texas Cooking Today. There's going to be all kinds of stuff for it. We're going to be doing hats and caps. We're going to be producing some hoodies. There's a lot of work I have in front of me. All right, so So you'll know what's been going on in the last basically 2.5 months. I've not only became firm on the name of a business that I had really wanted to keep that name for a long time, but I wanted it to be S.a.Trotter Arts, not photography, because it goes way beyond just photography. Photography is a foundation to S.a.Trotter Arts, but not all there is. All right, so it's a nice, big, well-rounded picture. For portraiture, I wanted you to know the exact same lens I've been using on that smoke is the same thing I actually purchased for doing portraiture work. Now, this is not the 2.8, okay? This is a 70 to 200, but it's the f4. And if you're wondering, why did you get an f4? Why did you get a slower lens? There was a reason. I was listening to the Canon rep, okay? The guy from Canon that represents Canon USA, and he was talking about their lenses and different lenses and different qualities. And he mentioned that this particular lens, this one lens out of their line, actually rates as one of the very sharpest lenses they have. He said it's every bit as sharp as their 85 millimeter prime. All right, so and to hear him say that just kind of threw me back, because this is a telephoto lens, and normally you're not going to get the image on a telephoto that you get on a prime, and that's the end of it. But when it came to the sharpness side of it, not necessarily all of the other factors, but just sharpness alone, this lens was right up there with it. So I bought this one for that reason. It didn't have anything to do with money or design or anything other than I wanted 70 to 200 for portrait work, and this is the one I picked. All right, so, and that's the Canon, all right? It's a really cool lens. As you can see on that smoke, it produces an incredible image. Smoke isn't sharp, okay? You can't get a sharp picture of smoke because it isn't sharp to begin with, so it's kind of impossible to go there. All right, so here's what's happening on what I did this weekend and what's happening on the website. The website's built out. The website's operational. People can now spend money on my website. I take credit cards. And so you'll know the way I did this, I linked Stripe, which is a payment processor for websites. And once I saw it, I recognized it. I was like, oh, right, I've recognized this payment processor. I've used it on other websites. I've used it on some big websites. And though I don't know whether or not B&H uses their own, or if they use Stripe or what, the way it's laid out and the way it works was almost the same. And I was like, wow, that's really shocking to me. I didn't expect that. Very modern, very well laid out. And of course, that's all linked up to my bank account. My bank account is, of course, linked up to my printing house. Now, my printer, the print company that I have chosen for s.a.trotter.com is Printables. Now, if you have other suggestions for me, if you know some other ideas, please write to me. Leave me a comment, leave me a text, something on either YouTube or on Patreon. Let me know what that would be. I'm all interested in finding out exactly what all I need to complete this. And if there's better ideas, I'm willing to go with it. So, you know, when it comes to printing, when it comes to final products or products I can add, I want to know about that. I chose Printful. Hope I'm saying that right. I chose them because of the quality of their work. They do everything in-house. All of it is done in-house. So they don't farm anything out. Now, they have some competitors, and their competitors will have things manufactured all over the place and all over the world, just depending on what they can get the cheapest. But when I did some reviews on that and, you know, looked at some reviews, I noticed that their garments would fade at some of these other companies, where the garments from this company simply do not fade and they don't have problems. Now, so I've got new product line, website running right. I will be adding some more items to the website. I need to get my terms of service, return policies, and all of that taken care of. I'm going to make it streamlined, and folks, everything is free shipping, and I'm planning on keeping it that way. I think free shipping is a wonderful catch for anybody that's interested in making a purchase. And when you see a designer shirt and you realize, well, it's not a $12 t-shirt, okay? This, the one I just showed you, that's $46. Hold it. Men's sizes, $48, okay? $45 for women. I also have youth sizes and kids. So if you've got a toddler, I'll fit you in that, or I'll fit that toddler in that shirt. And if you are a large man, we can fit you in that shirt also. If you're a really big guy, then unfortunately, well, I've got to be honest now, the sizes seem to run a little bit small. And, you know, Printful's asking me for a response on this, you know, to give it a review. I'm going to give it an honest review, and people are going to get some truths about it. Both good and bad. It's, on the whole, I would say I'm 90% pleased, 87 to 90% pleased with this shirt. It could be improved. They need to give it a little more space on the inside, a little bigger on the sizing. And they also need to work on a little bit of the stitching, just in a small space. It's there's a little puckering that's happening, but that's the worst of it. You might be thinking, who cares about a pucker? Well, if you nitpick things the way I do, well, me. Okay, so there's that. Thank you to everyone on Patreon. Folks, thank you for watching this video and putting up with me rambling on this long. I do appreciate your viewership and your time and your energy. So expect a few other videos. I'm going to be doing a series on how I started my business. A friend of mine said, hey, why don't you do a series of videos on all of the steps that you did in starting your business? Okay, so at least people will know what they need to look for and what is involved in beginning a limited liability corporation. And I can't tell people what to do. All I can tell them is what I've done. And who knows, maybe somebody will give me some tips that'll improve things. Folks, thank you, and have a good day, okay? Bye-bye.